is Doc Featherford, along with the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Jay and his guest, Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound Machine. Comedian Steve Kelly and Mr. Lovelorn, Jeffrey Zaslow. And now, here's Jay Leno!
Welcome to the Tonight Show. Let's see what's going on in the news. Well, more news about Noriega. Oh boy, it's unbelievable, isn't it? They found evidence rather that he had used marijuana, cocaine, and heroin. So, must have been doing a lot of partying with Mayor Barry, huh? Gosh. You know, it's interesting. Ever since Mayor Barry's arrest on narcotics charges, the most common excuse for doing drugs in Washington, D.C., hey, can't fight City Hall. See, it's not just something. So I always like it when politicians try to make excuses for their behavior, and this is true. I'm not making this up. You may have seen this on the news last night. Mayor Barry's press secretary said the mayor's real problem is not drugs, but drinking. Now, what kind of defense is that? Your Honor, we intend to prove my client was too drunk to get high. See, the word is now that Mayor Barry is going to enter a drug treatment center. See, I think he's doing this so he can get more bipartisan support. See, he's already gone from being a Jesse Jackson Democrat to a Betty Ford Republican. So that's quite a broad group there. Now, here's an interesting statistic I saw in the paper. They said if you took all the oil that Exxon produced this year and stretched it in a mile-wide pattern across the planet, you'd have the current situation. Exactly what we have now, you say. Actually, Exxon's getting a little better. You see this? They have now promised to call the Coast Guard immediately to report even the tiniest oil spill. You know, I'll bet that's what caused that big AT&T jam-up last week, huh? Actually, AT&T has a new slogan since their breakdown. It's reach out and write somebody. You know. Here's kind of an odd thing. This is also in the paper today. In East Berlin, the 2,500 guard dogs that were trained to, like, maul people and attack them for crossing the border are now up for adoption. No, the guy said they make great pets as long as they don't see you trying to visit your neighbor. You know. And the Supreme Court, our good buddies in the Supreme Court, they have ruled that the churches can now be taxed on the sale of religious items. You may have heard about this. See, an interesting question here, because this pits two powerful groups against one another. See, on the one hand, you have the church that believes it is controlled by God. On the other hand, you have the IRS that believes it is God. So, you know, get those two together. Oh, you're not going to get audited. You can laugh at that one. We don't want to get involved, Mr. Leno. More strict airline rules. Yeah, the FAA now requires each Northwest Airlines passenger to be equipped with an oxygen mask, a flotation device, and a plunger. So, you know what I'm talking about? You remember? Well, those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. Remember last week Northwest Airlines lost an engine due to a leaky toilet, and well, it's made a lot of passengers really nervous, huh? No, last night on a Northwest flight, one guy got up to go to the bathroom, 3 people grabbed him and wrestled him to the ground. You know, just kind of hold him near the end of the flight. And some good news and some bad news for Vice President Dan Quayle, yeah. Well, the bad news is a recent poll gave him C and D grades for his first year in office. You know, but the good news is his marks have gone up substantially since college. So, gosh, pretty good. How about the lottery? Do many people play this stupid thing, this lottery? Now, I got a question about the lottery. If 33% of all the money from the lottery goes for education, then how come people haven't learned that it's almost impossible to win this stupid thing? And I read today in the paper that the Mr. Donut Shops, you know that chain of donut shops? They're going out of business. Hey, so it looks like President Bush's plan to get more police on the streets is really taking effect. And tennis star John McEnroe in the news again. Did you see that last night? Got kicked out of Australia, the Australian tennis tournament, rather, for using obscenities. In fact, he spent so much time threatening the judges that Noriega is thinking of hiring him as his attorney. You know, yeah. See, often. What? Are those the McEnroe-ettes up there, possibly? They may have a gun. I don't know. Who are those people? Well, here's something I didn't know. Do you remember last year's Super Bowl telecast when they let the screen go blank for 60 seconds? Remember the screen was blank for 60 seconds? Turns out now that was actually the first Infinity commercial. You know? No, I'll tell you something. You know, hey. You know, this morning, I finally saw a picture of the new Infinity car. Yeah, it was on the side of my milk carton. Yeah. Kind of a sad note. You know the play Annie? Remember based on Little Orphan Annie? Well, Annie 2 has folded before it got to Broadway. Yeah. Well, I don't want to say the show wasn't making money, but the rumor is the cast was forced to eat the dog. So, gosh, it looks... didn't do well. Yeah. They're now filming Rocky 5. This is supposed to be a pretty good one. And this one, I guess Rocky's broke and he's getting older and... See, it's interesting, because he's kind of at that tricky age for boxers. He's too old to work as a bouncer, yet he's way too young to fight George Foreman, so they don't really know what to do. And last but not least, NBC is making a TV movie based on the Jim Baker scandal with the PTL, and Bernadette Peters will be starring as Tammy Faye Baker. Now, the movie starts filming June 1st, so she should go into makeup right about now, I think. Hey, we got a great show tonight. We have Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. Comedian Steve Kelly and advice columnist Jeffrey Zaslow. Be right back after this with some headlines. So stay right here.
Jeep Cherokee has available four-wheel anti-lock brakes. The most powerful engine in its class. Full-time four-wheel drive capability. And room for 5. Being superior in these areas makes Cherokee superior in these areas.
Get a $1,000 guaranteed rebate on new Jeep Cherokees.
Oh, I'm cracking up, Doc. I'm obsessed with getting into a Fifth Avenue candy bar.
I see.
To be part of those crunchy layers of peanut butter, to be smothered in Hershey's pure milk chocolate.
An edible complex.
Oh, I hate myself. Why can't I be peanut butter? Why can't I be part of a Fifth Avenue candy bar? Why, Doc? Why?
Simple. Because you're a nut. Fifth Avenue, it's everything it's cracked up to be.
Ryland Ford's January price thaw and rebates of $1,000 mean big savings right now. While they last, 1989 Ford Festivas with automatic transmission, $62.99, or with your $500 cash or trade, just $129 a month. Over 20 new 90 model Tempos in stock with automatic air, tilt, cruise, stereo, cassette, powered door locks, luggage rack, and more. Price now at just $95.95. Look at this payment, $191 a month. See us now before our inventory melts away during the January price thaw at Ryland Ford in Duluth.
Okay, half the school year behind us, another half to go. Now, here's where some of you start thinking about dropping out. My assignment is to keep you there. The more you know what life's about, the more you know you can't drop out. All right, try this. The more you really want to earn, the more you'll stay in school and learn. Look, guys, I know these poems aren't that cool. I'm just trying to do my best to keep you in school.
Welcome to the Tonight Show. How are you? And say hello to Doc Severinsen and the Boys of Summer, ladies and gentlemen. There they are. Kind of a Mary Kay senior executive look there tonight, Doc. Looked like you head of regional sales there. I saw the pink caddy in the plate number 3, and I thought, oh, yes. Well, good to see you, Doc.
Oh, nice to see you, Jay.
Welcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to read this letter on the air. This is my only out. I have tried. I got a letter from Southern California Edison Company. Dear Mr. Leno, we are returning your check dated December 21st, 1989 in the amount of $328.04, which was returned to us by your bank. Please remit payment by cash or money or for the unhonored check and a $5 return check charge. We encourage you to act properly to clear up this matter in order to avoid collection activity or disconnection of service. You know what these pinheads did? I have mailed them the check twice. They have cashed the stub twice. Okay, can you get a shot of get in close? See right at the bottom, it says non-negotiable check stub. See, it says retain this stub. They open it, they throw away the check, and they cash the stub. That's the Southern California Edison. If there is anyone from California Edison watching, please help me. I have called twice. I've called you people twice. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have some headlines. These are headlines that people send us from legitimate papers around the country. Actually, if you have any headlines, you can send them to us, care of the Tonight Show here. Mark them headlines. Now, you know TV people sometimes have big egos, but you can't get bigger than this one. Ted Turner declares, 10 Commandments declared obsolete by Ted Turner. There you are. Apparently he's got his own. Now here's a headline. Again, I'm sorry. Storm delayed by bad weather. Do I need a raincoat or not? Now here's a business you want to get into, ladies and gentlemen. Market in urine samples expected to grow, huh? Here's your chance to get on the ground floor of an exciting new industry. You know, there are really some low-rent terrorist groups around, but this takes the cake. There you go. Can you get in there? Terrorists bought bomb parts at Kmart. You know, we'd gone to Bloomingdale's, but the plutonium was so expensive. Here's a headline we all want to see. Postal Service seeking ways to deliver mail more slowly. Is that possible, ladies and gentlemen? Are they going to walk backwards now? Oh, this sounds delicious. Get a shot of that. Dorman's Laced Swiss cheese, huh? Boy. Full of that in your hair, too. There's another one where the headline doesn't match the picture, or maybe it does. A sunny reception for Reza Gorbachev. There you are. Now, this is the dumbest. You know, a lot of stupid people around. I'll let you see the headline, then I'll read it to you. Man moon train before being struck. Now, I'm sorry that the man was hit by a train, but under the circumstances... Noble County Police and the county coroner have yet to identify a man who was struck and killed by a Conrail train Monday after he dropped his pink shorts and mooned the train. Now... the guy stood on the tracks, took his pants down. The train hit him. You gotta be real dumb to moon a train. I'm sorry. There you go. Who says the airlines don't go out of their way? I'll read this one to you. This is from the Miami Herald. Drinks free for dead passenger. And now here's what Air Canada tells its flight attendants to do in the event of a passenger's death in the middle of a plane. Okay, this was in Spy magazine. It says, rather than run down the aisle screaming, "Oh my God, he's dead," we are told to vacate the seat behind the deceased, put a fake oxygen mask on him, turn his face towards the window and cover him with a blanket, And throughout the flight, keep offering him drinks and champagne. Sure, why not? Give him the best stuff. He's not going to drink it anyway. Huh? Another scotch and soda, Mr. Johnson? This is a tough crowd. We can skip those. This is a tough crowd. We got one or two more. How can you not know this? How can you be so stupid? Here's members of the all-journal boys basketball team. Handsome group of guys, isn't it? Oh, okay, here you go. Here's another one. One more after this. Dead woman doesn't recall what happened. Come on, speak up. You're not going to get any more free drinks. One more. I got one more. Wait, where's my favorite one? Where's my favorite one? Wait a minute. Here it is. Hang on. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is my favorite, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this ad. It was in the L.A. Times. Men and women, 24,065. Air traffic controllers, no experience required. Positions immediately available. And we'll be right back after this, ladies and gentlemen.
Driving Miss Daisy, winner of 3 Golden Globes.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to drive you to the stove.
Best Motion Picture, Best Actor Morgan Freeman, and Best Actress Jessica Tandy.
I told you to have the air conditioning checked.
I don't know what for. You don't never allow me to turn it on.
See the movie acclaimed by critics, loved by audiences, and now winner of 3 Golden Globe Awards. Driving Miss Daisy, rated PG. Check newspapers for theaters in your area.
You think you're better than me, don't you?
Oh, not again. I was better than you in high school. I was better than you in college. And I am better than you now.
There are still some people in this world who can change tax brackets without changing personalities.
You want to put that to a test?
Let's go.
Now?
Now.
For those people, there's a car called the Legend Coupe from Acura. #1 in customer satisfaction 3 years in a row.
Announcing the biggest sale ever from Ford. Now Ford gives you a $1,000 cash bonus on the #1 selling cars and trucks in America. A $1,000 cash bonus from Ford on Taurus, Thunderbird, Probe, Tempo, Mustang, and Festiva. A $1,000 cash bonus on the best-selling Ford Escort and Ford Ranger, plus Bronco and Aerostar. And now a $750 cash bonus on F-Series trucks. Or choose 4.8% financing for 48 months on Taurus and Aerostar. It's the biggest sale ever from Ford. See your Ford dealer today.
The hot food, cool price. Buckbusters at Taco John.
Now, for just 99 cents or less, grab your favorites at Taco John's.
Yeah.
Like a Super Taco Bravo, nachos, large potato olays, Texas chili, or 2 bean burritos, just 99 cents or less. And a beef hard shell taco, just 69 cents.
Buckbusters will keep you coming back for more.
At participating Taco John's restaurants.
My first guest is one of the brightest stars in popular music today, and a fine-looking woman, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. You might have seen her perform last night on the American Music Awards. She's won a whole bunch of awards, both as a songwriter and performer. This is her current album. It's called Cut Both Ways. Please welcome Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. Great job. Terrific. You're great. All right now.
Thank you. What a nice audience.
It's a great audience.
Yes.
Well, now they're a great audience. This is a great picture.
Thank you very
Great
much.
picture. I love it. It looks.
Does it look like me?
It looks like you, but it well, it's a kind of look. Well, never mind. But it's a great look. They look great.
We could get into that now.
See, I like the. Now, see, I always have the tendency to go. But now, has that stayed? Now,
Go
you see,
ahead.
I always look at women's clothes and wonder
But
how
it's
this.
not supposed to be that way.
Down, way down.
That's as far as it's going to go.
Because that's the kind of thing guys can never figure out how that kind of stuff stays on.
Oh, sure, you just pull your jacket down and put it around your shoulders. Try it. Might look nice.
It wouldn't work for me, somehow. Now, you know, it's been a year since you... Just a little over a year.
Time flies.
Yeah.
It went by fast.
You've been all over the world doing the whole...
All over. We just finished a tour of Europe, which was great because it was the first time we played live there, and it was wonderful. We were looking forward to that quite a bit.
Yeah. Now, I always wonder how when you go to... when they don't speak English...
It's great.
You
get
speak
away
Spanish
with
too,
murder.
right? You speak Spanish?
Yes, I do.
And any other language?
A little French.
Oh, so you can kind of... Bonjour, and then
Except those weren't the languages of the countries we were going to.
Where'd you go?
Well, we were all over Europe, and in Holland it was funny because we were performing and the audience sang every single song with me. I could have just stood there and given them the mic.
Yeah.
But, and they sang along with me. We played in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore and Bangkok, Malaysia. And,
oh, wow.
All over.
Yeah, oh, that's
They
neat.
told me Muslims were real quiet and they were passing people over their heads to the front of the... spurting beer out of their mouths. And
I think you had the... didn't have the Orthodox Muslims probably.
That must have been it.
Yeah, I think you got the more reform group.
I see, I see.
All right, we'll be right back after this. Terrific job.
Did you know, due to overwhelming demand, AT&T has added more time to sign up for our Pro Watts offer. And with our lower price, now any business spending $50 or more a month can automatically earn bigger and bigger discounts, making AT&T's prices extremely competitive. And until February 28th, we'll even pay the sign-up fee. So sign up now, before time slips away again. AT&T Pro Watts, another AT&T advantage.
Ford, profiles in quality, employee involvement.
If you're working together, you do a better job. I said that back in '82, and the quality of our cars and trucks is proof that it's working today.
Money alone won't build quality cars. You've got to have better design.
Better designs don't mean a thing, unless engineering can live up to the design.
Engineering works only when everyone is committed to quality.
Our goal is to build the highest quality cars and trucks in the world.
At Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln, quality is job one.
Sanju Two Harbors has purchased pre-driven 89 Plymouth Acclaims, Dodge Spirits and Dynasties. Spirits and Acclaims from $74.88, $588 down, only $156 per month. Dodge Dynasties, $89.88, $888 down, only $184 per month. Incredible! Pre-driven 89 Spirits and Acclaims from $74.88, Dynasties from $89.88, only at Sanju Two Harbors, where the cars are.
Sandy, show the folks what they're missing if they don't watch the Arsenio Hall show.
Say hello to them.
Say hello back.
One more time. Just do one more time. I'm from Cleveland, Janet. You from Indiana. Come on.
Coming up, don't miss the Charlie Daniels Band, Marsha Mason, and a special edition of Star Hunt on the next Arsenio Hall show.
Tonight at 12:30 on KBJR Stereo 6.
Tonight on Late Night, Dave chats with Steve Martin.
Cheddar, 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 cheddar. Now, we don't have to pay for that if a guy just comes by and grooves, do we? Cheddar, 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 cheddar.
I see. And later, Bob Costas talks with Peter Jennings.
With being able to see as much as we are these days with our cameras, why the hell do you want to go and recreate something? It's all happening out there.
Health. Wealth. Companionship. Recreation. Career. Each one is vital to enjoying a full life, but finding time for all of them can be a problem. Stereo 6 has the answer you've been looking for in life planning. Watch for our special series starting Sunday, January 28th, exclusively on News 6. Life planning can change your life for the better.
Now's the time to get outfitted for winter at your Lake Country Chevy dealers. And there's nothing more comfortable than the reliability of a Chevy S10 pickup with the most powerful V6 you can get in a compact pickup. And with a 3-year, 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty even on our lowest-priced S10 EL model, as low as $67.95 after current incentives. And save on S10 Blazers, too, at your Lake Country Chevy dealer. In the Lake Country, we drive Chevy.
Wisconsin Lottery's High Card 90. The game for the 90s. On sale now.
KBJR Stereo 6.
Welcome back. We're talking with Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. We're going to do another song a little bit later. But let me ask you, when you travel all around, how many people do you travel with when you...
About 46.
Really?
Yeah, all guys except for one girl.
Oh,
that
that's
travels
right.
with me.
Yeah. I guess that dress doesn't make it any easier either. Yeah.
Well, I don't travel in this dress.
Oh, no, really?
Sweatsuits and high collars.
Really? Just you and 46 guys?
Yeah, that's about it.
Sounds like one of those bad 50s movies.
Yeah, it does,
kind
doesn't
of, The Girl and the Convict?
Well, I got my own bus this year because it was getting a little sticky with them in the bus, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be true. This.
Well, you know, they entertain themselves in strange ways after the gigs are over.
Yeah. Well, guys...
They play movies and it's not Bambi, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It was getting dangerous. I wouldn't come out of my room. I'd lock myself up in the bathroom,
Yeah.
so I'm not going out there.
You can't play Yahtzee all the time, you know.
Hearts. We play a lot of hearts for money.
How about the European hotels? You see, the few times that I've been to Europe, I always get annoyed because, like, you get the room and the bathroom's like, oh, you take a cab, and, you know, it's always like in another building. Do you find the European hotels different? Is it harder?
Well, I think the most difficult was a Japanese hotel we once stayed in that had the Japanese toilets that were way down on the floor, the kind you have to crouch over. Can't wear pants and go to the bathroom.
Oh, I see.
If you're a girl, that is.
Yeah.
But American hotels, we got locked into our room.
Locked in?
Locked into our room, yeah. We were playing hearts. See, one of those hearts games we were having. And we went to go to the sound check, and we were locked in. So they called the maintenance guy, and he came in 2 hours. He was with a blowtorch outside. They couldn't get the door open. And one of the guys in the band finally says, I'm going to try something. He grabs a hanger, and he opened it with a coat hanger.
Really?
Yeah, it's a rocket scientist.
And with a blowtorch, they couldn't?
Yeah, it was a blowtorch. He was trying to take the door off the hinges. Nothing worked. He almost broke the thing down with an axe. And we opened it with a hanger.
What country was that?
That was the United States.
Oh, that was here?
It was Boston, as a matter of fact.
Oh, there you go.
Don't get mad at me in Boston now.
Oh, fine city. And
We got out.
There you are. And you going to do another song for us?
I'd love to.
Okay,
sure.
great.
The title cut from this
All right,
album.
I'll give you a second to go over there. I'll keep them amused until you get over there.
All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. Terrific job. Gloria Estefan. Be right back after this.
Touchstone Pictures and the Samuel Goldwyn Company present Bette Midler as Stella. She raised a daughter on her own.
I love you, Jenny girl.
And over the years, they were the best of friends. But now, Jenny's growing up.
Mom, this is Jim.
And they're growing apart.
God, how I hate seeing you like this. Well, mirrors hurt sometimes, don't they? Take it back! No!
Yet through it all, their love survives.
I love you, Jenny. Love you, Ma.
Bette Midler, Stella, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 2nd at a theater near you.
To perfect the new Lexus ES250, our engineers had to spend many long days on the test track. But with standard amenities such as fine-grained wood and a 6-speaker high-output audio system, at least they had excellent working conditions. Presenting the Lexus ES250, the luxury sedan of sports sedans.
There's never been an offer like this before, the guaranteed rebate from Chrysler Plymouth. If the rebate goes up this model year, Chrysler pays you the difference. So why wait? Get $1,000 cash back on Plymouth Acclaim with more interior room than Honda Accord or Toyota Camry. Hurry, the guaranteed rebate ends January 31st.
See your neighborhood Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Latest innovations in luxurious relaxation are now on sale at Kelly's. It's the all-new twin incliner by Lazy Boy, a stylish, very comfortable sofa with an incliner on this end and another incliner on this end. It comes in 3 styles and prices, $8.99, $7.99, for this beautiful model for only $6.99. Enjoy a relaxing evening or a Sunday afternoon with a friend or a loved one. And remember, no interest or payments for 3 months. Twin incliners, now featured in our Super Saver flyer. Stop by and pick one up at Kelly's.
Well, this should be fun. My next guest, a young comedian making his very first appearance on The Tonight Show, ladies and gentlemen. He is by trade a nationally syndicated cartoonist with the San Diego Union newspaper and discovered in the course of things, and he also does comedy. He'll be at the San Diego Improvisation February 5th. Please welcome Steve Kelly.
Thank you very much. I feel much better now. I was a little ticked off earlier in the day. I got to the studio, couldn't find a parking space. I did find a red convertible Mercedes parked in 2 spaces. I left a note on it. I said, this is really inconsiderate. Where are the rest of us supposed to park? I know you're sitting out there, you're thinking, Steve, bet it took a long time to write all that on his door with just your ignition key. I was out at the jacuzzi at my condo complex over the weekend. There's actually a sign at the jacuzzi that says, no diving allowed. You don't have to be Greg Louganis to figure that one out, do you? What do you got there? 3 feet of water, cement steps, metal hand railing? Oh, show me to the 10-meter platform. Another sign at my jacuzzi says, no lifeguard on duty. Which means that somewhere in the world there must be a jacuzzi lifeguard. That'd be a tough rescue, wouldn't it? Okay, don't panic. Now stand up. My phone number at home is 1 digit different from that of the biggest golf course in the city. So frequently, I'm awakened early by careless callers requesting tea times. It's gotten to be such a nuisance, I had to do something about it. So I've started giving out tea times. Some Saturdays, I go to the pro shop just to watch. They say that golf is now the most popular sport among senior citizens. Golf. Senior citizens. Yeah, this is what you want to do with Grandpa, I think. Load him up with a bag of heavy equipment. Send him out for 5 hours on a hot afternoon. Let him play a sport where they talk about strokes and sudden death. I live by myself, which is sort of scary because guys who live alone will pick up disgusting habits, especially in the kitchen. I've noticed, for example, that I will not do my dishes as long as there's any container or utensil that's still clean. I noticed that this morning as I was eating cereal out of a bunt pan. With measuring spoons. Well, the ice cream scoop was dirty. You try eating Fruit Loops a quarter teaspoon at a time. It's not easy. Chasing that last little loop around the milk mold. Kind of a problem. Be careful what you eat. I have no sympathy at all for people who get sick from food poisoning. Because if you notice, they can always tell you exactly what it was they ate that made them sick. Why'd you eat it? It must have been that moldy pork chop I ate. Out of the dog's dish. I eat a lot of fast food myself. Burger King has a new jingle now. We do it like you do it. Let me let you in on a little secret. See, if they do it like I do it, I'm not eating there. I hate the way I do it. Burger King has the stupidest sign that I've ever seen in any restaurant in my life. Over the doors, inside the place, it actually says, "These doors to remain unlocked during business hours." Now, I'm trying to imagine the conversation that led to that sign. You know, Bob, we've been in business 6 weeks now. Spent a bundle on advertising, haven't sold a burger yet. Bob, it's just a crazy idea on my part, but... what do you say we unlock the front doors? Just during business hours. Kind of get the ball rolling. And Bob, stick a sign over the door so we don't forget again. Your parents will tell you crazy things about eating, too. My father used to say this: finish your food. There are people starving in Africa. I said, how about if I finish your beer? They're probably sober, too. Thank you very much.
Well, very funny stuff. Very
much.
You know something? When they said you were a political cartoonist, they brought me one of your cartoons, and I recognize your style. You're syndicated in quite a few newspapers.
Yes, they run around.
Here's a typical example here. What does it say? Can you get a close-up of that? It says...
and in the unlikely event of an on-schedule departure, confetti will drop from the overhead compartment.
Terrific, terrific. Just great. How did you get into the political cartoon thing?
Well, I was in school and I was drawing for my college newspaper, and I sent out applications to papers that were looking. I got hired in Omaha, Nebraska, and then I got hired in San Diego, California. So I had that decision to make. So I flipped a coin and it came up Omaha, so I flipped it again, and San Diego won best out of 7.
Well, just great, Steve. Terrific
Thanks very
stuff.
much.
Very funny stuff. Be right back right after this. Steve Kelly.
You know I'm waiting, just anticipating
the pure taste of coconut.
But while I'm waiting,
Bounty is moist, tender coconut.
Try a little tenderness.
Drenched in a sea of chocolate.
Try a little tenderness.
Discover Bounty, the taste of paradise.
In Paris, they lined up in the streets. In Rome, it was standing room only. In L.A. and New York, his concerts sold out in an hour. So if you want to see Paul McCartney and his new band, get in line early and get out your Visa card. Because a concert like this doesn't take place every day, and it doesn't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Some say 1990 is the best year in a long time for automobiles, but style and performance have reached new heights, and so have prices. The old Cutlass Calais has style and performance all right, with one of the lowest compact base prices around, with outstanding quality, value, and the suggested retail price of under $10,000. As a matter of fact, there's only one thing missing: you.
The new generation of
Special dealer cashback offers can save you thousands now.
HBO. This winter, get the best movies and the brightest stars. Month after month of the biggest hits. Outrageous comedy and world championship boxing. Now is simply the best time to get HBO.
Get a special installation offer, plus the first month of HBO free.
You know, when Ann Landers left the Chicago Sun-Times, the newspaper announced a nationwide contest to find a new advice columnist. Tell me all about it, rather. This is a book. Is my next guest story of how he won the contest and what it's like to be a personal advisor to the lovelorn and other strange assorted people. Please welcome Jeffrey Zaslow. Am I saying that right, Zaslow?
That's good.
Oh, good.
Or Zaslow.
Or Zaslow, or Zaz, or... Jeff, how are you? Jeff is good. Now you're in the... This used to be pretty much an area...
A sorority.
Yeah, it was usually just women. You're like the first guy to do it on a nationwide... break through those sexist barriers, eh?
Right. Well, and I hear from men who say, you're a man, finally, some empathy, somebody to listen to us, to say, leave the toilet seat down, finally. I hear from women who say, you know, what makes men tick? They think I'm like the men's service department, that I'll give them the manual and tell them how men work. Yeah. So, it's a new game for a man.
What's the basic difference between men and women? Is there any basic...
Besides the toilet seat.
Besides the toilet seat thing?
Yeah, oh, well, men and women are the same in the sense that they both want to be loved and cared for and appreciated by their spouses. Men want sex more than women sometimes, it seems, in the mail, and women want to be cared for by their men and understood.
So you should just swap letters and put them in the other envelope and mail them back out.
I had a party for readers. 1,400 people came to meet, men and women, and the problem was I served garlic bread, which didn't... go over.
That's good, yeah. Or chili would have been a good thing. Now, what's the most unusual letter that you've gotten?
I got a slice of meat once in the mail. That was not a letter.
Slice of meat?
Yeah, salami without a return address. But one of the strangest letters I got, a woman wrote, and she said, my lover and I had sex, and the condom broke, and I got pregnant. So she was very upset. So she wrote to Ramsey's, the maker of the condom. And they sent her an apology letter for the inconvenience, and they sent her a $1.75 refund check. So she wanted to know, how do you raise a child on $1.75? So I called Ramsey's, and I said, why would you send her, it's written right on the package, you know, it doesn't work in all cases, and why would you bother sending a $1.75 refund check? They said because the FDA says they have to either fix the product or refund the money, so they've decided to refund rather than repair.
Or it costs more to fix the customer. Yeah.
That's it.
Now, you make house calls, too, is that right?
I do, yeah. Readers write to me, and they say what's for dinner and what's on their mind. And I go to their house, and we talk about it, and I write about it. And I've met...
I mean, do they know you're coming before you get there? You just, hi, and you just show up?
Sometimes kids have invited me without telling their parents, so I call first. But, yeah, they know I'm coming, and they usually serve pizza. I'm waiting for for something a little more lavish.
Oh, yeah. Now, what did these
I brought
letters you have?
questions that I've gotten that we're going to run by you. I have a regular Joe's advisory board. They're all named Joe or Joanne or Josephine.
Oh, I see.
Cabbie and a bartender. We'll have a regular.
Oh, and now
J's.
you want me to answer these?
Yes.
All right.
Dear Zaz, I'm a neat, clean, dependable worker.
Mm-hmm.
However, I can't find a job. The problem, I think, is that I look too much like Elvis Presley. For some reason, my look turns off prospective employers. Any suggestions? Signed, out of work.
He looks like Elvis.
You're too much like Elvis, and people won't hire
Too
him.
much like Elvis. Well, thank you very much. No, looks too much like Elvis. What should you do?
What should he do, Eddie? What should he do to get a job?
Gee, that's you could lose some weight. I don't know. Now, what would you say? What would you say?
Well,
to this guy?
I said actually he's using that as an excuse, or else you're going to get a job as an Elvis impersonator, but it's really an excuse. Dear Zaz, I've been dating.
What the?
Do you want to go back to this?
My answer was better than that. Not a big advice guy. You're an excuse. Take off.
No, I also said.
I was doing some in-depth psychological profile.
I also said it depends which Elvis he looks like. If he looks like Elvis in the 50s, then he's got this kind of sneering look. People don't want to hire him. If he looks like Elvis in the 70s, like you said, yeah. But in the 60s, Elvis was very employable in the 60s in these bland movies. So Elvis couldn't get a job in a good movie.
Yeah, but see, if the guy looks like all he do is shave and get rid of the things and the red cape, getting rid of the red cape will help. All right, what's the next one? Go ahead.
Dear Zaz, I've been dating a man for 6 months. A few weeks back, I had a mild indiscretion with an ex-boyfriend. Should I tell my current boyfriend about this? I know it will never happen again.
Now, mild indiscretion means someone spilled cocktail sauce on my dress. I assume she had a relationship with and should she tell the new boyfriend?
Yes, current boyfriend about this.
Well, see, in this day of strange diseases and all that kind of stuff, I would say probably yes.
So you'd be a good advice columnist, yeah.
I think you should.
I said if the mild indiscretion left her a little pregnant, that then she would have to speak up. But if it was just a kiss or something, and I said...
You didn't say, you're just using an excuse, don't tell him anything.
I said...
So we both agree that they should go and say, I had a fling with this guy.
Well, I said only if it was a big deal fling, if it was a kiss. I don't know what mild indiscretion... it's hard doing this job. I don't know what their... what a mild indiscretion was.
All right, go ahead. What's the next one?
Next one. Dear Zaz, I was married for 25 years and have 2 children.
Yeah.
My first wife died, and I've remarried. A major problem in our marriage is where I'll be buried when I die. My kids want me alongside my first wife. My current wife naturally wants me buried with her. What's the solution?
Oh, have the new wife die first. Wouldn't that be the way? That would work.
I said cremation a little bit with the first wife and a little bit with
cremation
the second.
would be... Oh, that would be good.
Millard film where the president is buried with a wife on each side is another... This is a serious problem, though. People...
Yeah, they don't know what a... Yeah, okay. The cremation thing. That's like the old, how do you feed people with 3 potatoes, mash them? That kind of thing. Okay, go ahead.
Does a husband have a right to know how much his wife weighs? Even though my wife isn't overweight, she refuses to divulge her weight. Signed, husband who'd like to know.
Does a husband have a right to know how much their wife weighs?
Yeah.
And see, I have no idea how much my wife weighs.
You don't?
Well, I mean,
Go home tonight and
well, within a range of,
100.
Well, no, not 100. Oh, thanks. Get me in trouble.
I don't know.
Within the range of like 6 pounds or 7.
Yeah.
But they won. I'm not allowed. I can see anything else except the scale, which seems odd to me. Well, I don't know. See, but most men. But then if the wife said, "Well, how much money do you have in your pocket?" the guy would say, "Well, I don't know what to talk about." Yeah. So it's kind of.
So you say that the husband should.
That seems like an innocent little secret. That's like looking in a diary. So I don't think he should know.
Yeah, I agreed with you. I mean, I said he has a right to ask. She has a right to say no.
No.
Dear Zaz, I went to my son, who is a doctor, for a physical. He did a good job. I was very proud of him. But now he has sent me a bill. Should I pay it? Signed, speechless mom.
I know. Have him over for dinner, and then charge him for the meal.
Charge him.
We gotta go? All right. We'll be right back after this.
You hear the thunder, the call of the road. No time to wonder, you gotta go.
It's a driving experience like no other. Pontiac Grand Prix.
Get on your Pontiac and ride, Pontiac ride.
Once you experience the 1990 Grand Prix, your approach to driving will never be the same.
Rebuild excitement.
And now, get 4.8% financing for 48 months or $1,000 cash back.
Did you know if you're an MCI, Execunet, or a Sprint Dial 1 customer and your business spends over $50 a month, you could be in the wrong plan. You can save money with the new AT&T Pro Watts, and we're going to make it easy. We're so sure that you'll see the difference. We'll pay to sign you up. We'll pay to switch you over. And if you're not satisfied within 90 days, we'll even pay to switch you back. All you have to do is call us, 1-800-222-0400. New AT&T Pro Watts, another AT&T advantage.
Sanju Two Harbors has purchased pre-driven 89 Plymouth Acclaims, Dodge Spirits and Dynasties. Spirits and Acclaims from $74.88, $588 down, only $156 per month. Dodge Dynasties, $89.88, $888 down, only $184 per month. Incredible! Pre-driven 89 Spirits and Acclaims from $74.88, Dynasties from $89.88, only at Sanju Two Harbors, where the cars are.
Another wall goes down. Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, Skid Row, and friends come together on Russian soil for the Moscow Music Peace Festival. A 2-hour concert from Lenin Stadium with special behind-the-scenes footage.
Just to show people all over the world that Russians can enjoy our music, and we can enjoy theirs.
The Moscow Music Peace Festival.
Saturday, February 3rd at midnight, right after Saturday Night Live.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank California Edison for that great letter. See, you don't get paid much on this show, but you get a lot of free stuff. And this is, and I got a great album here. This is Gloria's new album called Cut Both Ways. Thank you very, very much for being with us. I really appreciate it. Gloria Estefan. Steve Kelly, who didn't give me anything. We'll skip right over him. No, congratulations on his first appearance. Terrific job, Steve Kelly. And the book is called Tell Me All About It. It's a personal look at advice business by Jeffrey Zaslow. And there's all kinds of goofy letters and strange things in here. And we'll see you tomorrow night when my guests will be Shelley Winters, Hoyt Axton, and Mr. Wizard from, remember Don Herbert, Mr. Wizard? He's one of my favorite guys when I was a kid. So that should be a fun show. See you tomorrow night.
Tonight, Steve Martin shows Dave his natural talent for card tricks, and Charlie Sheen just shows up on Late Night with David Letterman.